Hi everyone. Welcome to Teachers Free. We now present you our Grade 6 English 2nd Periodical Test Reviewer. This reviewer includes 40 multiple-choice questions about informational texts and their purpose, text analysis, adverbs, context clues, sources of information, prepositions, conjunctions, and more lessons from the second quarter English 6. Each question is simple, clear, and based on real-life examples, perfect for checking what you've learned this quarter. Let's get ready and review together for your second quarter English test. Question 1. Informational texts give facts about real things. What is their main purpose? Inform, entertain, persuade. Answer: inform. It gives true details to help readers learn real ideas. It shows that informational texts are made to share knowledge. Question 2. What kind of text is a newspaper article about farmer success? Literary, factual, fictional. Answer: factual. It tells real events that happened in life. It shows understanding of texts based on truth. Question 3. The text "Earthquakes are caused by movements of plates" is written to do what? Entertain, explain, imagine. Answer: explain. It tells reasons and facts about an event. It shows that informational texts give explanations. Question 4. A brochure showing how to plant trees aims to do what? Persuade, inform, criticize. Answer: inform. It teaches steps to follow carefully. It shows understanding of texts that give instructions. Question 5. What type of text is a story that ends with "the lesson is to be kind at all times"? Literary, informational, scientific. Answer: literary. It shares imagination and a moral lesson. It shows that literary texts are made to entertain and teach values. Question 6. An author who asks readers to recycle wants to do what? Inform, persuade, instruct. Answer: persuade. He encourages people to take action. It shows understanding of texts that influence readers. Question 7. A recipe for a dubong manok is written to do what? Entertain, instruct, imagine. Answer: instruct. It gives clear steps to follow in cooking. It shows knowledge of procedural texts. Question 8. A book about Philippine volcanoes mainly aims to do what? Inform, criticize, amuse. Answer: inform. It shares true information about nature. It shows how texts teach real-world topics. Question 9. An advertisement that says "buy local rice to help farmers" tries to do what? Entertain, persuade, explain. Answer: persuade. It invites people to support a cause. It shows how authors use words to convince readers. Question 10. A paragraph about how plastic harms the ocean is written to do what? Inform, persuade, instruct. Answer: inform. It gives facts about pollution. It shows how informational texts increase awareness. Question 11. A text that shows similarities and differences between dogs and cats uses what structure? Sequence, cause effect, compare contrast. Answer: compare contrast. It shows how two things are alike and different. It shows understanding of how information is organized. Question 12. A paragraph that uses first, next, then follows what structure? Sequence, problem solution, description. Answer: sequence. It tells steps or events in order. It shows understanding of how ideas are arranged in a process. Question 13. The sentence "heavy rain caused flooding" shows what type of structure? Cause effect, compare, sequence. Answer: cause effect. It explains why something happened. It shows understanding of how causes and results are related. Question 14. The sentence "children cheered loudly as the band played" creates what mood? Sad, joyful, scary. Answer: joyful. The words show happiness and excitement. It checks how mood is shown through words. Question 15. The sentence "we must act now to save our planet" shows what tone? Calm, urgent, sarcastic. Answer: urgent. The speaker wants quick action. It shows how tone expresses strong feelings. Question 16. What does the word "rewrite" mean? Write again, right before, right after. Answer: right again. The prefix "re" means again. It shows how prefixes change word meaning. Question 17. What does the word "preview" mean? See before, see after, see again. Answer: see before. The prefix "pre" means before. It shows how affixes give clues to meaning. Question 18. What does post-war mean? After war, before war, during war. Answer: after war. The prefix "post" means after. It shows how prefixes help readers find meaning. Question 19. He, usually, seldom, never, checks his bag before leaving. Which is correct? Answer: usually. It means most of the time. It checks understanding of adverbs of frequency. Question 20. He, rarely, always, never, eats vegetables at lunch. Which is correct? Answer: rarely. It means he does not do it very often. It shows understanding of adverbs of frequency for habits. Question 21. The students. Careful, carefully, careless. Painted the poster. Which is correct? Answer. Carefully. It describes how they did the activity. It shows understanding of adverbs of manner. Question 22. Lisa cleaned the room. Quick, quickly, quickness. Which is correct? Answer. Quickly. It shows how she did the action. It teaches how adverbs describe verbs. Question 23. The group. Revise, revised, revises. Their essay for clarity. Which is correct? Answer. Revised. It uses the past form correctly. It checks correct verb tense use in writing. Question 24. A student who checks spelling before submitting his paper is doing what? Editing, researching, inventing. Answer. Editing. He fixes errors to make writing correct. It shows understanding of revising and improving work. Question 25. Which sentence shows correct grammar and word use? They plays good. They plays well. They play well. Answer. They play well. The word well correctly describes the verb play. It shows how editing improves grammar and word choice. Question 26. Which source should you use to find a country's yearly sports records? Dictionary, almanac, encyclopedia. Answer. Almanac. An almanac lists yearly facts and statistics. It shows choosing the correct reference source. Question 27. A diary written by a soldier during a war is what type of source? Primary, secondary, imaginary. Answer. Primary. It is a first-hand account of an event. It shows how primary sources come from real experiences. Question 28. What type of source is a history book summarizing past events? Primary, secondary, personal. Answer. Secondary. It explains information from earlier records. It shows how secondary sources use other materials. Question 29. A printed newspaper is an example of what source of information? Print, online, broadcast. Answer. Print. It is written on paper and read by hand. It shows understanding of print sources. Question 30. Watching a news report on television uses what type of source? Print, broadcast, online. Answer. Broadcast. It shares news through sound and video. It shows knowledge of media information sources. Question 31. The cat slept. On, under, across. The table. Which is correct? Answer: on. It means the cat is on top of the table. It shows understanding of prepositions of place. Question 32. She walked into, to, through the door. Which is correct? Answer: into. She moved from outside to inside. It shows understanding of prepositions of movement. Question 33. The gift came from, of, with. My aunt in Cebu. Which is correct? Answer: from. It shows who gave the gift. It teaches the correct use of from. Question 34. The students ran across, above, between the field. Which is correct? Answer: across. They moved from one side to the other. It shows correct use of directional prepositions. Question 35. The library is beside, between, behind the principal's office. Which is correct? Answer: beside. It means next to the office. It shows understanding of prepositions of location. Question 36. Maria likes mangoes. And, or, but. Dislikes guavas. Which is correct? Answer: but. It joins two different ideas. It shows how but expresses contrast. Question 37. You may watch a movie. Or, nor, so. Read a book. Which is correct? Answer: or. It gives a choice between two actions. It shows correct use of coordinating conjunctions. Question 38. The team practiced hard. Because. For. So. They wanted to win. Which is correct? Answer: because. It tells the reason for the action. It shows how conjunctions express cause and effect. Question 39. We waited for the rain to stop. Before. After. Since. Going outside. Which is correct? Answer: before. It tells the time something happens. It shows how time conjunctions connect ideas. Question 40. Choose the best connector. The streets were flooded. The classes were suspended. So. But. Or. Which is correct? Answer: so. So shows the result of flooding. It shows how conjunctions connect cause and result. Awesome work! Grade 6. You're now ready for your Quarter 2 English test. Try this again and see if you can get a perfect score. Replay to review and challenge yourself. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends or fellow teachers. And don't forget to subscribe for more free resources and study guides. And see you in the next video.